Hi, hold on. I don't know if my thing is working. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, it's nice to see you and meet you in person. Well, as much a person as we can be, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I figured I saw you had joined a while ago. I was like, I'll start now and see how you're doing.
Okay.
So how old is your daughter?
2.5.
You told me. Oh, yes. Oh, that's a fun age. So I'm well out of those stages. Mine are 17, almost 18 in 2 weeks, and 15. And hold on one sec, we're recording. I don't want to record.
Hey, nice everyone. To see you.
All right. I started the recording. So it is 3:01. I want to be respectful of everyone's time. And so I welcome everybody. I'm so glad you guys could come today. We are teaching, Alyssa and Stacy and myself are teaching the class today, and I'm glad you guys could be here. And I'm going to let Stacy start us off.
Awesome. Thank you, Wendy. Yeah, I'm super excited to teach this class today with Alyssa and Wendy. Alyssa, it has been super excited to start watching her journey as she starts using oils, and I love seeing her passion for health and wellness for her family. And Wendy, I have known for many, many years, and Wendy is she's amazing, and she's really good at making science fun. So make sure that you have a notepad, because she is going to share some things yes, that are you're gonna learn a lot, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I just want to share with those of you that don't know kind of how I got started. And can everyone hear me okay? And maybe if you're not talking, you can mute yourself, so we just get rid of some background noise would be good. Thank you. How I got started with oils. So I've been using oils about 6 years now. And I always mark that by thinking about how old my son is, because I first got interested in oils when I was pregnant. I had spent a lot of time trying to be healthy around what I put in my body, but I had not thought a lot about what I was putting on my body until I was pregnant. And I kind of had this paradigm shift where I started reading labels and started thinking about how the things I was putting on my body get in my body, right? We know that skin is through our skin is a way for things to get into our bodies, right? There's nicotine patches, birth control patches, things designed to get in our bodies through our skin. So that's a pathway in. And when I was pregnant was the first time I was really thinking about that, and really became like a label reading crazy. And when you become a label reading crazy, it's really frustrating, because you start to figure out that there is a lot of garbage out there in the products on the shelves at Target and Walmart and Walgreens and all of those places. And it's really frustrating. So for me, I wanted to start making some of my own skincare products. I just really wanted my own, serums and lotions that I knew were safe and didn't have things like fragrance in them. Fragrance is one of the biggest offenders in our personal care products. Fragrance can be composed of up to 300 different chemicals. Fragrance is considered a company's proprietary scent, so they don't have to disclose the chemicals in a fragrance. So that can include carcinogens, endocrine system disruptors, all sorts of things that are going to lead to disease in our bodies. So fragrance is one of those things you really, really want to work hard to avoid. But it is really, really, really hard to avoid, because it is in everything. So that was what really started pushing me towards finding something different. And I started looking for recipes, right? Like body butter recipes and facial serum recipes. And I found tons of them on Pinterest. And they all had essential oils and just a handful of natural ingredients, things like, shea butter, coconut butter, just really natural things. So I got my little set, I did my research, I found a lot of different essential oil companies, but when I dug in, I found Young Living. I got my little kit of Young Living oils, and I started making stuff. I made facial serums and body butters, and I loved them. And I felt so good using them because I knew that they were clean, natural. I didn't have to worry. And that was really how I got started. I had no clue about all the other things essential oils can do when I first started using them. And it wasn't until I got plugged into a Facebook group, an educational group, and I started learning like, oh, I have oils in my kit that can help me breathe better when I'm congested and, you know, have a cold. I have oils in my kit that will help me stay healthy. And I have oils in my kit that will help, you know, soothe muscle aches and pains. So that was just kind of the beginning for me. And then as I got plugged into education, I learned that there was so many different ways that we could use our oils and support our bodies naturally. And so for me, our oils became our first line of defense. It became what we go to first. There's a time and a place for Western medicine and all of those things, absolutely. But I love having a natural first line of defense for my family. It's very empowering to know that I have a toolkit that I can pull from to help support my family's wellness. So that's really how I got started. I would love to hear from you guys. If you want to type into the comments anything that you're looking to learn tonight, something you want to know more about, so that we can make sure we touch on it, you know, whether it's, you know, how to get better sleep naturally or make natural cleaning products or whatever it is, go ahead and type it in. And I'm sure throughout the hour, we will be able to touch on it for you. So I'm just going to throw down a few basics for you guys, and then you're going to hear from Alyssa and Wendy about some more of the oils that we use. But let's first just talk about what an essential oil is, right? Essential oils are considered the lifeblood of the plant. And I know when you hear that, it sounds super corny, but it is totally true. The essential oils are what are a plant's defense mechanism. One of the best ways I heard this explained to me was when I got to go to one of the Young Living farms in Idaho. And when we were there, the farm manager explained to us why they harvest in the winter. So they harvest in the winter because that is when the Idaho balsam fir trees are full of oil. And that essential oil, it helps them withstand the harsh conditions of winter. So it helps them not get blown over by the gale force winds and not fall over under the weight of all the snow and ice that can build up on them. And then as the weather changes, when it moves into spring, they start to release that oil, and that oil helps repel pests, bugs that might decide to, you know, take up home in the Idaho balsam fir trees. So obviously they lose that oil as they progress through the season, which is why they harvest in the winter. But I just thought it was such a good example of how powerful essential oils are in their plants, and we can harness those powers and use them for our own bodies, which is really incredible. So essential oils can be distilled from, you know, plants, shrubs, grasses, trees, resins. Our citrus oils, those are cold pressed from the rinds of the citrus. Those are not steam distilled. Everything else we do is steam distilled. And there are three main ways that we use our oils, right? So if you're already using oils, you probably have something like this, right? So you have your diffuser. Getting our oils into the air is one of the easiest ways we can use them. When we diffuse our oils, we get those scent molecules into the air, we inhale them, and we can get their benefits that way. That chemical signal, when it hits our olfactory nerve, gets changed to an electrical symbol that goes to the limbic part of our brain, which is the seat of all of like our moods and emotions. So essential oils can have a very powerful impact on our emotions. They're great for emotional balancing. It's one of the main reasons I use my oils, is to stay even keel. And so we can diffuse our oils. Another way we can get their benefits is we can use our oils topically, right? We can put them on our skin. When we put them on our skin, you can use an oil straight, right? So like I have lavender right here. Lavender is a really mild oil, so you can put a drop of oil straight in your hand, put it wherever you want it. But a better way to use your oils topically is to dilute them with a little bit of a carrier oil. And a carrier oil is any fatty oil, so that's like coconut oil or olive oil. And that helps us get better coverage with our oils, right? So it makes us be able to stretch them, and a little goes a lot further. Young Living has their V6 carrier oil, which I really like. You can also use straight coconut oil. I know a lot of people like coconut oil or grapeseed oil if you're Wendy and you don't use coconut oil. But there's tons of different carrier oils you can use. But that carrier oil will help you stretch your oil and make it go further. And then the third way we can use our oils is we can ingest them. So when you ingest your oils, one, I want to be really, really clear that when I'm talking about ingesting oils, I'm only talking about Young Living. And that's because I'm really familiar with the quality of Young Living oils. Like I said, I've had the honor to go to 3 of their farms now. I've participated in their harvest. I've seen their distillation process. I know that the only thing going in those bottles is pure essential oil. They're not adulterated with anything. And that's really important because there's no labeling laws when it comes to essential oils. So you really, really, really want to know your essential oil farmer, because they can say anything they want on that bottle. Anyone can say 100% pure oil, and it doesn't have to be 100% pure. So you want to know where it came from. You want transparency. And that's one thing you get with Young Living. Anyone can go to their farms. You can see their processes. It's really, really important. But all that to say that, yes, we can ingest some of their oils. And what they do is, it's really nice. They use a label designation so you can see which oils are labeled Vitality, which means they can be ingested. So for example, this is a bottle of peppermint. That's Peppermint Vitality. You can put that in your water. You could also put your Vitality oils into like a little veggie capsule, which is what I do. I take a lot of oils internally in the morning to support my immune system, my endocrine system, all that type of stuff, and I take them in capsules. The one thing I want you to know is that, so Young Living will label their peppermint Vitality with the white label, and this is their peppermint that's labeled for aromatic and topical use. The oil in these bottles is the exact same oil. There's nothing different about these oils. They are the same oils. They're just labeled differently. The reason they're labeled differently is because of the FDA. The FDA does not like to see uses mixed on the same label. So they don't want it to say can be used internally and topically on the same label. That's very confusing to them. So Young Living simply makes 2 versions of the label the bottles, so you know all the ways you can use the oils, which makes it very easy and convenient for you. If you ever don't know if you are comfortable ingesting an oil, you can look on the website or in your catalog and see all the oils that are listed as Vitalities and know that those are safe for ingesting. So those are the 3 ways that we can use our oils. Now, before I kick you over to Alyssa, I want to share with you a few of my favorite oils. So Young Living has this great starter set of oils. It's really nice because Young Living has in total like 200 oils, okay? Which is fantastic. And I'll be honest with you, I have most of them and I love them, but you don't need all of them. You really don't. Like a good set of 12 to 15 oils is gonna cover most of your body systems. So they do a really good job of putting together that basic set for us. And honestly, the oils in this kit are the ones that I probably reorder the most often because they know which ones we use. And these are the ones that are used most often. So one of my favorites and one of the most valuable oils in the kit is frankincense. So frankincense has been used forever. It's been used since biblical times, right? We know this. And there's a reason. It's a really powerful oil. And you can Google medical benefits of frankincense and find some amazing stories. I'm not going to share those stories with you because I'm not a doctor, but go look at them. But what I will tell you is that frankincense is incredible for the skin. So if you are dealing with any types of fine lines, wrinkles, you need extra support for your skin, add a couple drops of frankincense to your facial moisturizer and your skin routine in general. Other thing about frankincense is that it's a very calming and grounding oil. So it's a great one to diffuse in the evening It's a nice one to diffuse during a meditation or a relaxation yoga. And it's also one that comes as a vitality. So you can ingest frankincense. And I will tell you that a drop of frankincense under the tongue when you are at your wit's end with it, children, family, whatever, is very calming, very relaxing, and highly recommended. So that is frankincense. One other favorites that is really, really helpful this time of year, at least where I am. So I'm in the Chicago area, and right now it's when the weather is changing, people are starting to sniffle, and people are starting to cough. And Raven is this awesome blend that is all about respiratory support. So it has wintergreen in it. It also has Rabantsara, which is very similar properties to eucalyptus. It has camphor. It's really great at opening up our sinuses, helping us breathe clearly. This is wonderful in the diffuser next to your bed at night if you feel a little stuffy, because it is hard to sleep when you can't breathe. And also it makes a really beautiful chest rub. And you can do this super simply by just taking like a pea-sized dollop of coconut oil, a couple drops of Raven, rub it together, rub it on your chest. Sometimes it's easier for me to make things like that on the fly. If you want, you can always, melt down a little bit of coconut oil, add your Raven, put it in a jar, and have your own pre-made chest rub. But sometimes it's easier just to do things on the fly. So that is Raven. And then so I'm going to tell you this now, and I think Wendy might tell you this again, but when you get your little set of oils, it's really, really important that you don't throw out the box and you pick up this tray of oils that's in here, because there's a bunch of other goodies underneath, okay? And in those other goodies underneath is one of my favorite oils that I want to tell you about, and that's Peace and Calming. And I personally can't talk about Peace and Calming without talking about Valor at the same time, because I feel like they just go together so well. So Peace and Calming, it does exactly what the name on the bottle says. It is all about creating a peaceful, calming environment. It is great for calming down kids. It is great for calming down pets. It is amazing in the diffuser. So this one is one that we love to diffuse at night. Yes, Peace and Calming on the feet at night is fantastic. A little bit of coconut oil with a little bit of Peace and Calming rubbed into the feet, like cozy, snuggle up, go to bed. So I like Peace and Calming on my son's spine. I actually will pop, your kit includes a little rollerball fitment, right? So you can pop this right onto a bottle of oil, and it's really easy. I'll show you. So that, normally we don't touch the fitment in here, the reducer top, because we don't really want our skin cells in there. So, but you can take it off without even touching it. You can just use the cap to pry that right off. It pops right off. And then you can put the little rollerball fitment right on there. And when you screw the rollerball fitment on top, it'll snap it into place. So Peace and Calming as a roller is really nice. I'll put that right on my son's spine just to wind him down. It's like the unwind button. Very good. And then Valor, to me, Valor is like mom's Peace and Calming. Valor is the one I love for dealing with that occasional anxiety, or if you have like something big and scary you have to do, Valor is what you want. I love Valor on my spine. I'll also just put it on my wrists. You could dilute your Valor, but honestly, I usually just use it straight. And I just drop it right out of the bottle on my wrist, neck. I like it almost as like a perfume because it smells really good and it's very, very calming. It's a blend. Valor has black spruce, camphor, blue tansy, frankincense, and geranium. So blue spruce is a big tree, and all of those big trees are really grounding and calming. And it has that frankincense that I talked about having that grounding effect. And blue tansy is this beautiful, beautiful blue oil, which is also in Peace and Calming, which actually helps like mellow out feelings of anger or like, getting like kind of riled up. Blue tansy just brings that down. So it's in both of them. So that's why I think these can kind of sometimes serve similar purposes. but everyone responds differently to different oils. So it's nice to have both of those in your toolbox. The last one I want to share with you before I hand this over to Alyssa is Citrus Fresh. So Citrus Fresh, it comes in the kit as a Vitality, so you can use it all of the ways, and it smells awesome. It's a blend of all the citrus oils. So it has orange and mandarin and lemon, and it also has a little bit of spearmint. So it's like got this little refreshing kick to it. Citrus Fresh is what I diffuse if I ever have company coming over, because people will walk in your house and they will just immediately say like, oh, it smells so good in here, because it's just refreshing. Citrus oils are naturally happy oils. They make us happy. And you can tell that when you diffuse Citrus Fresh. Now, because it also does come as a Vitality, I will tell you, if you're anyone who likes like sparkling water, or you like to like flavor your water, Citrus Fresh in your water is delicious. Now, when you put your oils into water, my recommendation is to always use glass or stainless steel. Our citrus oils in general are very detoxifying too, and you don't want to put them in plastic because they will detoxify their way right through that plastic, which is not good. So put them in glass or stainless steel, and then just one drop. Like, you do not need a lot of oil if you're, putting a drop in Citrus Fresh or anything in your water. One drop will do ya. I love it in sparkling water. It's like a natural LaCroix. Delicious. So those are some of my favorites. I'm going to send this over to Alyssa, and she is going to share with you some of her favorite oils.
Hi guys, so this is my first class, so Stacy, Wendy, if I miss anything, feel free to jump in and add. So the reason why I got started in oils, I've been around oils for a while, but different companies, and then around, I would say July of this year, I started having some neurological issues that I've been having for the last 5 years, but they just kind of reared their ugly head. And I ended up being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. So with multiple sclerosis is inflammation, is like all these weird neurological issues, sleeping issues, walking issues, like all the above, you name it, it's probably MS related. At that same time, my husband, who's a correctional officer, got hurt at work and was going through some mental stuff. So we ended up trying to change our lifestyle around. I have a 2.5-year-old and a 9-month-old who's a NICU preemie baby. So yeah, we just decided that we're starting a brand new lifestyle. We live on 10 acres. So we were just kind of done with the toxic, nasty stuff. So 2 of my oils that came in the premium starter kit that I love are lavender and Stress Away. So lavender really helps anti-inflammatory. Let me see. It's an antiseptic. It helps with PMS, skin issues. It improves concentration and mental acuity. So I use it for almost everything daily. Being diagnosed with MS, I am on an injection daily that is kind of like you put it where you put insulin, so thighs, stomach, under the arms, in the back. So of course, any kind of injection, you get injection site reaction. So this is one of the main ones that I use for that is lavender. I just rub it on and it works fantastic. I get no injection site reaction, and it's just really helpful for me for that. The other thing it's really helpful for right now, especially where I live, they call, well, they have this thing called ankle biter mosquitoes. And so these mosquitoes, they eat at your ankles, and I swear that I've never been bitten by mosquitoes like I have here. It's ridiculous. So putting this straight on it seriously helps. The other one that I love, like I said, is Stress Away. And Stress Away, it helps relieve daily stress, tension. It gives kind of like this peace and tranquility, kind of like peace and calming. This one really helps me with my anxiety because I have super horrible anxiety about anything. It helps me with my sleeping and my stress, especially because right now we don't know what's going to go on with my husband. He's had several surgeries, so it's just like everyday stress of what are we going to do, you know, and it really helps him too. So right now my kids are little, so they sleep in the same room as us, yay me. And so I put lots of lavender, lots of stress away, and lots of peace and calming in that diffuser. And probably within 3 minutes, both of my kids are out. So it's great. And so yeah, that's just my 2 favorite oils. And yeah.
That was awesome, Alyssa. You did amazing. You did amazing. I love your story because it's so similar to mine, in the sense that our family, when we first got into oils, it was due to physical ailments that my body was going through. And I was diagnosed with 3 autoimmune diseases, of which I didn't agree with whatsoever. And I refused to take my doctor's diagnosis and sit with it. It just made me want to dig into things. Stacy had mentioned that I teach science, and so God has just given me a very inquisitive mind to find things out. I was that annoying kid who was like, why, right? I asked why about everything. So parents out there, if your kids are annoying like that, they have a fantastic future. Okay, I'm just telling you. I never sat with any of their diagnoses. Rather, I dug into why is this happening to me? And, you know, where I thought I was alone in a boat, I was actually on a cruise ship of many women in a certain age range that was suffering and going through the same symptoms, diagnoses, all this junk that I was going through. Stacy had mentioned earlier about endocrine disruptors and parabens and phthalates and all this junk that's in the products that we're using, and they're destroying our bodies. You know, what you might not think is bothering your body right now didn't bug me at 35 either, but tack on 20 years, you know, something like that. And then I was sick. I was sick as can be. And the doctors had no recourse for me. They had nothing to give me but a bottle of pills. And it was like, hey, here you go, send you home and feel like crap at home. And I didn't want to be like that. I had a family. I'm a mom. I have a husband. He didn't sign up for this, you know? So thankfully, I dug in, and Stacy was there for me. I had also tried different essential oils to which I didn't have any like phenomenal, like, wow, that worked really well, I'm going back for more, right? But then Stacy had asked, you know, a few questions like, what are you suffering from? What do you need help with, kind of thing, you know? I told her, she sent me some samples, and I never looked back, you know. It was amazing. So my like winners were, I tried lavender and lemon and thieves, and I think peppermint too you sent me, and I was blown away, and I was sold on Young Living because I tried it once and I was like, wow, I saw a difference. I didn't see a difference with other ones, you know. And I used to be the one who, you know, a mom of 3, I wasn't working at the time. And so we're on my husband's income alone, and I needed to be really cost effective. So I would go to the store and I'd be like, ooh, cheap one. Okay, I'll take that. Because I didn't know there was a difference, right? Now that I know there's a difference, I'm like, ooh, hold on there a second. You know, I became a label reader like Stacy was talking about, and good grief, go down the rabbit hole on that one, right? But it makes us incredibly aware, and then we get to be really good warriors for our family, okay? Because our kids they don't know. We need to teach them, you know. Our husbands, I mean, depending, they may not know, you know, but once they learn and once we can teach them, they're full on board, right? So that was my quick little synopsis of my story. I could go really long on it, so I don't want to do that. But it's led me to want to share with others why these have made such a difference in our lives. Stacy has gone on to share her story with why. Stacy now does this actually full time. She used to have a full time office job, not office, but she was like high up. She was like a really important person. And I know I was just a teacher. I'm just a little teacher, right? You know, and now I set in my schedule like time to share with everybody once a week at least. Alyssa is jumping on the board of sharing, right? Because it's kind of like corporate job. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for. I'm sorry. You know, when you find out something so important, that these oils, how important they are in helping people, because it is so simple, people don't believe that it could work. But that's the cool part of it. It is so incredibly simple and it works so incredibly well. Alyssa, I love, was just saying that she uses at night the lavender and the stress away and the peace and calming on her kids, and they're out like a light. It's not due to any chemical, I mean, like a bad medicine or anything like that. It's going into their bodies. It's helping them get the rest and the relaxation that they need to calm down and go to sleep so their bodies can reset, refuel, and recoup for the next day, right? Because they're going to hit the ground running like they do. And she knows that when they get that really good sleep, they're totally building up their immune system, right? So we get less sickness. It's amazing how it's a full circle, and it's a good circle. It's not that vicious circle that some people will talk about when it comes to, well, I had to take this, and then this happened, and then that happened, and because that happened, then this happened, and right? This is a good thing. And oils are so amazing because they can go in, you're using it for one thing, and it can go into your body, and it can actually hit like 500 other things that we're not even aware of yet, right? And it's actually going into our bodies and doing good things for us. So God made all these amazing plants, and Gary Young just took them and stuck them in a bottle. And I am so thankful for that, because now we get to use all that goodness. Yeah. So let me tell you about some of my favorite oils, okay? The girls already walked through how to use them and when to use them and all that. So I'm going to talk to you about a few that I love to use. So one of my most favorites, so okay, I have like 10 favorites, okay? I'm just going to tell you straight up, okay? So I'm going to say they're all my favorites, but they're like my top tier favorites, okay? So lemon is one of my most favorites. So I'm going to show you the Vitality one, and then this one. And I think Stacy already said it, and I am so, you guys, you would not know that I work on the Zoom, right? I do, yet I screw it up all the time. So Vitality, it comes in this small little 5 ml, and then we have the bigger, larger bottle, the 15 ml. Now these are the exact same oil. Oh, good grief, I'm having a struggle. These are the exact same oil. So when I go to reorder, I'm going to order this guy, okay, because it's more cost effective, okay? Same ones. I can put this one in my water. That one too, okay? I'm just saying. Okay, all right. So these ones are amazing. So I love putting 1 drop in my water. You guys, it's easy peasy. Make sure you put it into a glass receptacle or stainless steel, like Stacy was saying. Look, 1 drop. Okay, truth is that lemon essential oil or any citrus never comes out as 1 drop. It comes out as 2. I'm just saying. Your intention might be 1, but it's always 2. That's it. That's all I have to do. Mind you, I'm using like a stainless steel straw and not a plastic one, because like Stacy was saying, it'll eat it away like nobody's business, because that's what lemon oil does. It's a detoxifier. So it breaks down fake stuff. Okay. So if I have a sticky label, like on one of my little bottles, I'm going to take a drop of lemon oil, put it in my hand, and then I'm just going to rub the label. Well, obviously the label would be off, but I'd rub the bottle, and then I just wipe it with a paper towel or even a cloth towel, and it'll take the sticky right off. It's amazing. One of my favorite things to do, lemon oil cleans the inside of us. It also cleans the outside of us. Okay, and our bodies and our homes. Okay, so this is amazing. So this is just one of those sprinkle jars that you get from the dollar store, and mine's empty right now, but I usually have it filled with baking soda, and into a 1.5 cups of baking soda I will put about 15 drops of lemon oil, and we mix it up, and we have this sitting next to our sink for doing greasy dishes. Okay, say goodbye to Dawn. You don't need your Dawn anymore, okay? Because that is full of chemicals and bad stuff. All right, you can use this on any greasy dish. I'm telling you. In fact, if you try to, like, my people have burned things before. and things that you would think, oh, it's never coming off, I'm going to throw that out. Sprinkle a little bit of this on it and let it set for like 20 minutes. It's gone. And I can bet you could like get rid of it with your finger. This is also what we use in our house for like scrubbing toilets, scrubbing tubs. That lemon oil will eat through any junk you got. Okay, I'm telling you, it's amazing. This summer, my daughter, my oldest daughter, spilt a bucket. So I'm a scientist person, a teacher. She spilt a bucket of sharks, preserved sharks. Can I say formaldehyde? In my car. Yeah, that face is very good, Stace. Yeah, it stank to high heaven, okay? But I attacked it with some thieves. I'll show you guys that in a minute. And my lemon oil and baking soda, gone. Gone. I mean, it was amazing. I thought my car, I had to write it off, okay? I was like, oh my gosh, we're never gonna get in here again. But it totally worked, okay? So I'm just saying, it's amazing. So that's lemon, and it has a plethora of different uses, but I'm just telling you, clean the inside, clean the outside, we're good, okay? All right, the second one I'm gonna tell you guys about is peppermint. Now, this is another one. Oh, I don't have the big one here. Well, I kind of do, but I don't. So here's a peppermint that you get in your little kit, okay? When you get your kit, you're gonna wanna get this one out. And this is my big one. This is what I do with, okay? Again, same ones, okay? Cost effective in the kit, okay? So peppermint is fantastic for digestion. Okay, so peppermint, 1 drop is equivalent to, I can't do this today. 1 drop is equivalent to like 26 cups of peppermint tea. Okay, you're never going to drink that much tea, but you can take 1 drop. Okay, it's amazing for if you have an upset tummy. This is the way to go. This one, I'm a teacher, so I am always, well, with COVID and all, okay, I have my distance from my kids, okay, but I'm usually near them, and so we don't want to, I don't want to be that teacher with the stinky breath, okay? So I have my little peppermint bottle, and I have my peppermint oil in here. I put like, I don't know, 10 to 15 drops of peppermint oil in here, and then I fill it up with some distilled water. That's strong, just saying, but I like it strong. And then I can spray this in my mouth. I keep it in my little apron I wear at work. And then I can spray it in my mouth, and then I'm not that teacher that has stinky breath, okay? Because I don't want to be known as the cool science lady with stinky breath. Just saying, okay? So peppermint to the rescue. And then this is really great, you guys, to put on if your kids don't like the taste, if it's too strong for them, they can put it, you can make it into a spray and rub it on their tummy. Let you rub it, though. Don't let them rub it, okay? Because then they might touch their eyeballs, and we don't want that, okay? Peppermint is also fantastic for any head tension that you might have. So I'm going to warn you guys. So I was this person that you can put it near your temples, you know, if you have tension up here in your head or something, because us moms, good grief, we get that a lot, right? Put it near your hairline, okay? And I say this because the first time I did it right here. Now, have you guys ever noticed the molecules, like when you take the cap off an essential oil, a really good essential oil, you're going to smell it instantly. And that's because all the molecules are jumping straight up out of that bottle, okay? The lightest ones go first, okay? And that's what you're smelling right away. When you put this on your skin by your head right here, these molecules in peppermint
Hey, Wendy, I think you just muted yourself. Nope.
I did. I don't know how I did that, but I did. My peppermint must have done it. Okay, so you guys don't want to put this too close to your eyeballs, because what it'll do is those molecules from the peppermint want to go into your eyes because they love water. Okay, so make sure you put it on your headline, your hairline right here. All right. So peppermint, again, has 1,000 uses, but those are a few that I use them for on a daily basis, okay? All right, the next one I want to tell you guys about is Digize. If I had to leave, if I was like put on a desert island and I could have one oil with me, I would take Digize, okay? Because it's so multifaceted oil, okay? From a bug bite, okay, to an upset tummy, okay, to not feeling well at all. Oh, that is a bad smell. This is it. This is it. Okay, if you're feeling like you travel not well, This is it. I'm telling you, this one is for everything. Let me read you what's in it. It's a mouthful. There's tarragon, ginger, peppermint, fennel, juniper, patchouli, lemongrass, and anise. Okay. If your kids don't go potty very often, if you're having, if like say you ate too much junk, say at a, I don't know, a baseball game. Okay, this is the one you're going to use. This one is amazing for any digestive support of any sort. Now, my people, I love the taste of this one, but this one saved me from one of my autoimmunes that I was diagnosed with. This one helped me. I no longer have my autoimmunes, just for the record too, okay? This one totally saved my everything about me. I love to take this one. I'll just put a drop on my hand and lick it up, or I'll drop it into my mouth without touching it to my mouth, right? But I'll put it under my tongue, and I love that because it goes straight into my blood system. And then I can swallow it. It goes into my tummy and helps out that way too. But my people don't like to have it on or in their mouths. And so I make these little capsules for them. And I'll just put a drop, just one drop in here. And then I'll put a carrier oil too. My mom likes to put one drop of peppermint too, because she doesn't like the taste of the digize. And so that stops it from having like a reverb, you know, kind of thing. So she does this, and then we fill it with a carrier oil. And so my husband and my children will take it that way. Or you could also put on one of those roller fitments that Stacy was telling you about that comes in your little kit. And you add a little bit of carrier oil and you rub it straight on their tummies or on their feet. Stacy had mentioned how our skin is so absorbent of things, and our feet, there's over 2,000 pores on our feet. And so it absorbs things really, really well. And so rubbing it on the bottom of their feet is a fantastic way, especially if they're not feeling well and they don't want you to touch their tummy. You can rub it on their feet, and that's a way to go. So just saying, digize is fantastic. Okay. Next one I have to tell you guys about is Panaway. Panaway is amazing. It also has this little cap on here, you guys. See that? It's a little bit different than our other caps that we can see here. This is a child-proof cap because this one has wintergreen in it, okay? And if you have any little kids, wintergreen smells really sweet and it tastes sweet. And so if they were to get their hands on this, it could be a bad thing, all right? Because it's just too much. It's too much at one time. Does that make sense? Because the kid would be like, right? Okay, and we don't want them to do that. So that's why this one has a child-proof cap. The one that Stacy went through, also Raven has one because it has wintergreen in it as well. All right, this one is great for anything like muscle. Okay, so this is a great one to put in your gym bag, to have if you're working out in the yard. You're going to come back in and you're going to put this on any muscles. Okay, I have an issue that my neck does not turn very well, and so this one I put on daily, and it helps me turn a little bit easier. Okay. I like this one. This one has wintergreen, helichrysum, clove, and peppermint in it. Again, multi-dimensional oil here, you guys. You can use it for so many different things. This one I also like. If I'm out of Raven, I will put this one in the diffuser because it has the wintergreen in it and the peppermint, and it's fantastic for airways to help support your breathing. That's a great one. All right. Okay. So my brother-in-law always eats around his plate, and I always laugh at him how he eats, and he always saves the very best for last. So I saved the very best oil for last for you guys, and then also another treat that I'll tell you about. All right. The oil is called Thieves. All right. And this one is the oil of all oils. Okay. The only reason I wouldn't have this on a desert or a deserted island is because I would be the only one there, and I would not have to protect myself against myself. Okay. I would only have to help my tummy. All right. So Thieves is named based on the old story back in the 1500s, or excuse me, in the 15th century. Sorry, little mix up there. 15th century, we had the Black Plague. Okay. If you guys are buffs on your history, we had the Black Plague, and it annihilated Europe. It was a really bad thing, right? Well, the story goes that there was 4 French kids, young men, that were able to go, and they were looting homes, And when they were caught, obviously it wasn't a good thing to be looting people. They said they would have a lesson punishment if they would disclose how they stayed healthy while they were amongst all these dead and dying and sick people, right? Well, they disclosed that they had covered themselves in these oils, and the oils for thieves are clove, rosemary, lemon, cinnamon, and eucalyptus. And this blend is what Gary Young made up as his thieves blend, and it's amazing. It's amazing to support wellness. Immune system strength is right here in a bottle, you guys. This one you can see comes in the Vitality label. It also comes in a regular one. I don't have a regular one with me right now. But when I buy this, again, I buy it in the bigger bottle because it's more cost effective, okay? This one we use in every way. We make roller bottles out of it, all right? So we can constantly put it on anywhere you're feeling funky. I put it on. We can take it in a capsule. You can take this one right under your tongue. I usually put, every night I put a little bit of CBD under my tongue along with a drop of my thieves, and it just helps to bolster your immune system. We put this in capsules if we are not feeling well, and we'll take it more often. So one thing that wasn't mentioned is when you're using essential oils is consistency is the key. This is not a Motrin, it's not an aspirin. You don't take it once and leave it. You want to use them consistently. So if I'm under the weather, I'm going to be putting on my oils. Say I'm not feeling well and it hurts to swallow a little bit. I'm going to be taking my oils and I'm going to be putting them around certain areas every hour or two. All right. And I'm going to set a timer on my phone and I'm going to be putting them there. I'm going to put them along my spine. Your spine is really good to put oils, and also along your feet. I already mentioned the feet. So if I'm home, I'll put them on my feet. But if I'm at work, I'm putting them everywhere else. Okay. And I'm going to set in my timer every 1 to 2 hours. And then when I'm feeling better, I'm going to do it maybe 3 times a day for a few days. And then after that, I'm going to do it once a day for support. Okay. So consistency is the key. If I have any tension in my neck or anything like that, I'm going to be putting on the oils, you guys, every 15 minutes until I feel relief. Okay. You're going to be fine. You're not going to overdo this. You're going to do it until you feel relief. Please do not put them on once and then go, oh, that didn't work. Okay. Reach out to one of us and we'll totally help you. Okay. I promise we can help you. Okay. So the Thieves is so amazing. They've actually made it into a cleaner. We have an all-purpose cleaner, and that's not in the kit though. Sorry. But in your kit, you also get a Thieves spray and a Thieves hand sanitizer. Now the spray is great for, especially right now, because we're coming upon flu season and all, you know, that just, there's bugs and germs out there, right? This is great for spraying on doorknobs, on keypads, if you're at a computer, at piano keys, anything like that, that you're gonna be touching where a lot of people have touched prior. This is a great one that I have in my car, and I have teenagers, and so if they have a lot of people, we'll have people come in the car and then someone sneezes, I'm like, oh, and I'll spray that in the car. It's not going to hurt them, but it totally, like, it's like dogpiling all the germs, right? The Thieves molecules just go and they jump on them, right? And I know that nothing's going to come of that, and I love that. So that's a great one. The Thieves hand sanitizer is amazing. Now, everybody is more than acquainted with hand sanitizers in this COVID age, right? Okay. So when putting a hand sanitizer on your hand, you guys, you need like a drop of the size of a pea. And this stuff is so moisturizing. It feels like you put lotion on. It feels so nice, but it dries immediately, and it's not a bad thing. This is amazing. This is one that you want to have in your purse. This does not contain anything bad. No bad chemicals. This is safe for babies. It's safe for children. It's safe for older people who have like less, you know, older people have like really like funky skin, right? And you don't want to put anything harsh on them. This is the one to have. And a little goes a long way. This might look teeny, but I'm telling you, if you're using a pea-sized drop every time, it lasts forever. I got one of the big bottles at the beginning of summer, and I'm not even halfway yet. And that's filling up. I have 5 people in my family and my mom, and we fill our bottles up. And I've only gone through it halfway. This stuff lasts forever. All right. Okay. Best for last. Are you guys ready? If you have questions, ask away over here because Stacy and Alyssa are ready to answer. The last thing I want to tell you about is this amazing drink called Ningxia Red, and you get 2 fantastical packets in your box, okay? Now, most of you guys, I'm sure, have heard about antioxidants, right? Antioxidants are what God put on our planet to fight off free radicals. Now, free radicals are kind of like, I equate them right now because I teach high schoolers to zombies, okay? Because it's all about zombies, all right? So free radicals are in our bodies. Now they're in our bodies naturally, mind you, that old cells die off, and they should, because we have new cells coming in, and there's a little balance there, right? But that's our body, okay? But then from the world, there's air pollution. There's pollution in our homes from all kinds of junk, right? There's electromagnetic pollution that was hitting our bodies. There's all kinds of crap in our food pollution that's hitting our bodies. There's so much different stuff inundating our bodies that our body can have an overabundance of those free radicals. And those free radicals can bring on sickness, they can bring on aging, they can bring on gross things in our bodies, okay? So what antioxidants do is they come in and they kind of like break down, or they stop is what they do. They stop the free radicals. So check it out. This is my zombie story. Okay. So oxidation, you know, when you cut an apple and it starts to turn brown, right? That's oxidation happening. Okay. That brown is oxidation. So if you have a free radical in your body, what it does is it wants an electron. Okay. And an electron is in a cell, and electrons keep cells happy. Okay. But when they have electrons taken from them, they become this free radical, or this zombie, if you will, okay? So that means every cell that they see, they're going to try to steal their electron, and so on and so forth. It's kind of like a domino effect, okay? Well, if you put in antioxidants into your body, those antioxidants go in and they're like a car dealer, and they're like, they're giving out those free electrons, okay? And so all of a sudden that free radical is like, oh man, I can't even do any damage anymore because I got my electron. Toodles. Okay. So when you take this in, you are bolstering your body, your immune system. You are bolstering your aging process. I mean, you're doing so many things when you take this in. Okay. You're helping, I should say it in a better way. You're supporting so many systems. You're supporting your skin, which is your largest organ. Okay. You're supporting every system inside of you. This, you guys, you need it. Okay. I'm telling you, this stuff is fantastic. And then they put a bunch of essential oils in here, which is even better. They put a bunch of citrus stuff, which is full of antioxidants. Okay. So it's like this antioxidant super punch. Okay. Just to give you a little download. So each one of these contains 2 ounces. So these 2 together would be equivalent to 4 pounds of carrots, okay, or like 8 whole oranges. All right. You just need to do one of these packets, okay? My daughter and I both work with kids, and so we're around them all the time. And so this is a must in our wellness regime, okay, that we do. If we're feeling funky, we might take a shot of this, and we'll put a drop of our frankincense in there, a drop of lemon, a drop of thieves. Take it before we go to bed, and in the morning, you're like, wow, I feel great. I don't feel like I felt before I went to bed. All right. So this stuff is amazing. Okay, so that was my best for last, okay? After my brother-in-law, because he's so fun. All right. Well, you guys might be asking, how do you guys do this? How do you get a kit? What do you do? How do you get all that stuff, right? Well, one of the things that we do, Stacy and Alyssa and myself, and Marie's on here, and CJ's on here, she gets hers too, Monica's on here, Sapphira's on here. They all get something called a wellness box every month. Now, this is an additional thing to a kit, but I'm just showing you guys, you know, it's kind of hard sometimes, and it might be a little overwhelming to think, holy cow, how am I supposed to take out all these toxins out of my house so quickly, right? Well, you don't have to do it quick. Mine took over probably in all of it probably took a year, right? To take out product by product by product kind of thing. But I was able to do it on something called Essential Rewards. And that's like a monthly wellness box. And that allows us to like change out our shampoo, change out our toothpaste, change out our mouthwash, to healthier versions that are good for our body. And then we're able to bring in good healthy stuff as well. And it's more economical, right, than buying in one big batch kind of thing. And so that's what we do all the time. And I love getting our wellness boxes. They're amazing. You actually, with the wellness box, you get blessings that there's, you earn points back, sorry. So the first 3 months you get 10% back. And then the, from 4 months to 24 months, you get 20% back. And then after 24 months, it's 25% back. So I love it. If I spend $100, I get $25 back. It's amazing. And then I get to turn around and I use that on more products for our family. So it really is cost effective, and it fits, it's budget friendly, I should say. If you guys have any questions about it, we have some fantastic resources to help you, and we can also help you set up like monthly wellness plans depending upon like what you're trying to hit. If you're trying to support your digestion or hormones or, you know, anything like that, energy levels, we can do it all. All right. So all the oils that we went over, that Stacy and Alyssa and myself went over, plus the Ninja, plus the Thieves products, and the diffuser that Stacy held up, those are all those items come together in your wellness box. And your box is right here. And it's a fantastic box along with the diffuser. And you get all of it for $165. This is, if you broke it down, if we broke it down into retail, it would be over $400 worth of product. And you get it at almost 50% off for $165. This also gets you a membership with Young Living. And so every future purchase that you make, you will get 24% off, which is, it's amazing, you guys. I can't even tell you, we're going on our 5th year with Young Living, and I can't even tell you the amazing changes and, I don't know, freedom that we've gotten from Young Living. I get my orders paid for every month because I put in you know, an hour out per week to share about Young Living, because it's been so fantastic. I love being able to share with my family and friends, like, look, there's another way you could be a little bit healthier. It's a better version of you. Okay. I just love it. I was going to say something else and I totally just had a brain fart. Sorry. But I, you know, you guys go back to the people who invited you to this. If you have questions, please ask them. And yeah, I can't wait to see you on future calls, because you guys are going to start wellness as well. I'm excited. I'm excited. Do you guys have any questions? You guys can unmute yourself and ask questions. No questions? All right. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming tonight, and yeah, have a great one.